Holy crap. You won't believe it. You and I have been discussing things for a very long time, and you guys haven't even been listening. You haven't been watching. You haven't been paying attention. That's because you guys weren't actually on record. That's unfortunate. I came out here at a decent time. As you can see, it's getting dark. We've been chatting it up for a while. I enjoyed it. It was nice. We discussed a number of things ranging from my various occupations in the work world, and we discussed a number of things that were really enjoyable. Unfortunately, we're not going to get around to repeating them, mostly because it's getting late and rather chilly, and frankly, I've done it already. So I'm sorry you guys missed out on that. Well, I'm sure we'll get around to something along those lines later. But, yeah, that's kind of what it was. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm kind of speechless, actually, because I want to kind of provide explanation, but there's really not much to say. You guys just got here. I hope you had a nice day. I certainly did. I thought we were having a nice day, and I'm not offended. I'm not offended. I'm just saying. I guess this would be a good time to kind of give you guys an idea as to what I'm doing for you, those of you on YouTube. That's what it's called, YouTube. Yeah, this is the Only Child Review. This is a site that I have. You're clearly watching a video, and this video is also on my site, which is just over there a little bit. And at this site, you know, you have a guy, an only child, myself, just kind of putting up videos, including audio, of him explaining how he views the world, his take on this, his opinions of that. And it's pretty self-indulgent, certainly, which is in keeping with perhaps your idea of the only child. Certainly one of the other, you know, one of the more prevalent, I guess you'd say, stereotypes of the only child is that he or she is very self-serving, and certainly I am doing that here. But now is a good time in American history to go, and global history, to do that, because YouTube is basically really patted the fall for people who who fear being tripped up by self-indulgence. So anyway, here we are, and this will happen. I'm putting up, as of January 1st, 2008, which is just around the bend, I will be posting on my site, and somehow YouTube as well. I'll have them working off one another if I can, because YouTube, I go to YouTube all the time. We all use it. It's fantastic. But I am doing my own thing across the way, and there you'll find little blurbs that are provided underneath each of these videos, or these subsequent videos, and also there's a forum that we can discuss things, and it's not just a comment forum, and you won't be able to leave threads. There'll be questions, and I hope that, you know, and time limits as well. And I hope the idea here is, my hope is that everyone will kind of get together and make sense together, and that'll be kind of it. You don't have to be an only child to show up. You don't have to be an only child to join. The main reason I put it in this context off the bat is because I've looked on YouTube specifically for only child stuff, and I've looked across the entire net for, you know, the obvious only child stuff. I can't say I've done a lot of rooting through the trash, but it's interesting. There's really not much, which is odd. And the stuff I found is geared mostly probably by and certainly toward parents of only children, but not so much the only children themselves. There are some only children who seem to join the only children land on the internet once they become parents themselves, and that's the big breakdown. But I don't think only children in their youth really tend to distinguish from themselves from others, and I think that's totally healthy. Nonetheless, I do think it affords a different approach. Not better or worse, nothing like that. Simply different approach. When you live by yourself, throughout particularly the very early formative years of your life, it does tend to not only change how you consider things, or not change, because there's nothing to change from. I guess there's nothing. It leaves its mark on how you consider things in the first place, but also how you interpret your considerations from then on forward. And part of that is just having time in the day to do what I'm doing here, and enjoying life as it happens. I don't know if I'd necessarily be able to do that in any other situation. I might. I don't know. So I guess the purpose of my site is to provide for you, the viewer, and really my compatriot here in this effort, this continual effort. You know, it's just pretty much, it's to give you guys an idea as to who I am, and I would be remiss to leave out the very sincere impact that being an only child has had on how I consider myself. So I guess you'd say that this site, this effort, is kind of a pursuit of self, a redefining of self, which naturally occurs in time and will be shot on video. This is as much for you as it is for my children. Admittedly, I've been doing this for a long time. I speak to myself all the time. An only child tends to do that. Or some of them have imaginary friends. I mean, some of that stuff holds true. I do speak to myself, and I have for years, and I'm totally unapologetic, clearly, about it. And, you know, there are a number of things that I'd like to say to my kids at the ripe age. Is how old I am. So I thought, as of the other day, so I thought I would go ahead and share these things and see how they fly, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So, yeah, you guys are kind of in on that. And don't feel obligated, though I'll be showing something every day, indefinitely, on my site and like I said, and to some extent on YouTube as well. You don't have to catch up every day. You know, it's kind of a chronicling of my life, and some of it's interesting to you and some of it's not. Yeah, and my goal is to have it be interesting because, I mean, I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I want it to come off as, you know, something that I would watch, even if I weren't the focal point, which is clearly the case. But, yeah, I hope it's entertaining. We're on a bench. This is kind of where I sit. There are people who occasionally stop by and chat it up, and, yeah, good people. I'm sorry you guys weren't recording there. There were a few people on bikes, and you'll see them later, but, yeah, it's just kind of the two of us kicking it in an awesome park. So that's what this is. Feel free to tune in. TheOnlyChildReview.com is where I'm located. And yeah, we'll catch up. Go ahead and check it out. And if not, that's cool. I'll put some stuff on YouTube. Just, you know, live life, enjoy it, and yeah, I'll be doing the same. All right, peace. I don't know. I guess I'll just leave that on. Now that it's on, shoot. Yeah.